Hey, what's up, Sunday Leaders, episode number 5. What a great Sunday. How are you, James?
I'm doing very well. It was a great weekend. I had a good time, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't manage the team this Sunday. It was my brother's graduation. So, just for you guys don't know, my name is Mario from Washed Up.
I am James from the Bashers. I'm also the treasurer of the league. So I haven't seen you in a while. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. The last episode we recorded with Chris. Shout out to Chris.
He did a good job. He did.
It was a great
He's a
episode.
little camera shy because like when we did the promotion with Little League, when we did the scholarship, everyone was like, "No, James, you're on camera. You speak." Nobody wanted to speak, but yeah, he did a really good job. I was impressed. So I thought it was a great podcast. It was one of the best ones that we've done so far. So it's nice to see that. I missed it. I started a new job, so been a whirlwind. I'm going to be a general manager at Nono's Restaurante. Great place. So got a lot of good stuff going on over there. So I'm going to go right into a promo right at the start. So we will be doing some promotions there pretty soon with D28 Little League, and then we're also going to run a bounce back night with SWABL as well. So, if you go in today, you're going to have happy hour all day. It's got $2 off apps, $2 off select wine, beer, and well drinks. You have your 3-course lunch menu running from 12:30 to 2:30. That's going to be Tuesday through Friday. $22.99. I mean, it gets you a salad, entree, and you get a delicious dessert. Wednesday is date night. You and Liz should come in. You get a salad, 2 entrees, a bottle of wine, and dessert, all for $88.
That sounds good.
It's really good. And then Thursday, half off bottles of wine. So it's been great, man. I love the place. They're gonna do some great work with us. I'm the general manager over there now, so it adds a lot of flexibility and opportunities, and it's been awesome. It's been 2 weeks, and it's probably already one of the greatest jobs I've ever had. Like, I just love it so much. Chef Luigi is a great guy, runs a great restaurant, very family oriented. Everything I've ever been looking for. So yeah, really stoked, really excited. It's on the corner of Hancock and Murrieta Hot Springs in the Richie's Diner parking lot, right across from Starbucks. So yeah, great place. So hope to see you there. Come in and see me. I'm there Tuesdays through Sunday, or Tuesdays through Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday I have something else to do, as you all know. So what's been going on with you?
Just working. Yeah, pretty much.
Family?
Being a dad.
Family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a
I saw
dad,
that
being
your
a
daughters and their
husband.
softball came to an end.
Yeah.
So
They
had
they
some cool
they lost on the
pool party.
they lost on the championship.
Oh wow, they made it all the way.
Yeah, they made it all the way.
Nice.
The middle one, she seems. I mean, not because she's my daughter, but I had the feeling that she's gonna
That's
do
her sport.
something.
That's
yeah,
her
she's
sport.
yeah, that's her
She's
sport. You know,
going
like
for it.
she's tall. She wants to play catcher, so I've already got some classes for her.
That's rad.
For a catcher, and even though I'm lefty, that's my favorite position. So I mean, someone is follow my dream, So which is amazing. Yeah. Then baby Mario growing 4 months.
I know, man. He's getting so big. He's so
Yeah.
adorable. He's such
Yeah.
a cute kid.
I just dropped it. I hope you guys noticed we had different a scenario today.
Yeah, we're gonna sit in the chairs.
Yeah, we
That's
use the
kind of how it
chairs.
should be, man. We're in a
Yeah,
barber shop.
yeah, we're in a
I mean,
barbershop.
the best stories come from the chair, right?
Exactly. The best stories come from the chair. So, and we're recording in the morning today. I just dropped my son. Yeah, this is like I always say, we're more than Sunday leaguers. Thank you for taking your time.
Oh man, I love it.
Thank you for taking your time to do this.
Wait do you you dropped your son off today,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna wake up tomorrow. It's gonna seem like that, and your son's gonna be driving himself to school. I got a 23-year-old that works and goes to college, and then obviously him, you played with him, and then Jason, 16 years old, man, he's driving himself to school. He's 6'2" now.
Oh wow.
I'm looking up at him every day. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. It goes fast, but how blessed are we, right? Great
we're
family,
blessed.
great friends.
Yeah.
So, and we get to do this.
Exactly.
So-
Like I was telling my wife the other day, I'm living my dream. Like I manage play baseball, and I can have a podcast where I can talk about baseball.
That's right.
Life is good. Life is great. I can
I know.
complain.
There could be worse things, right?
Yeah. Hey.
It's a
But
good life.
exactly. So about Ray Sunday for
It
Sunday
was.
Lake.
It was. There was a lot of good games. I mean, I had a really good time, but I've kind of been doing that every Sunday.
Yeah, hey, you're undefeated. Well, like
It's been a good season. I
yeah.
really proud of it. So, and it's been really fun. And it's just, it's more like, yeah, I mean, winning makes it easy with mentality, of course. I mean, that's normal. Um, but I feel like it's so much more than that right now. I mean, the dugout's just, you know, we feed off each other, you know, we laugh, we joke around. You know, I get distracted on the game changer. Sometimes I got to go back. Hey, what did I miss? Because we're all talking and laughing, having such a good time telling stories. I mean, we talk about life and everything. So yeah, man, it's been great. What's the first game you got?
We had the Baby Boys against Menifee Indians, 12-3. If the game changer has it correct.
No, that is right. I was, you know, we had to reshoot. So I was thinking of a different game actually. So
Um, I mean, they. To be honest, I thought that game was gonna be more closer. More close game. But the Baby Boys, like we talked about this before, they always find a
they're
way.
getting on it.
They always find a way to win.
I think that I'm not sure, but I think that I don't think I've ever seen that picture. So I don't know if he's new or if he just wasn't there at our games, but he had a good game. This is not to take anything away from the Baby Boys. Trust me, they could beat any one of us any Sunday. We all know that. I do know the Indians were missing one of their key players, so and their ace, quite frankly. I mean, the guy's an MVP candidate, Gabe Greenback, not back. He really is just a great player all the way around. Does it all from the mound and out in the field. And then he also has one of the hottest bats in the league. So, you know, you miss a player like that. So I think that's why it wasn't as close. You know, like I said, nothing. The Baby Boys could have won, they could have won no matter what. It's why the game I think was as lopsided as it was. I think all of us were expecting a little bit better games because the Indians really bring it. But you know, it's like you take certain star players out of the lineup and it could change things quickly.
Yeah, one player can change the whole thing. Well, they have Baby Boys had 7 hits and Indians 4, but
And I think was it Pat had 2 home runs? Carson, or was it just 1 home run? I know he had at least
from who? From the Baby Boys?
from Baby Boys. Carson.
Give me 1 second. He had one.
It'll say the home runs at the bottom. So in these stats right here, it'll say home run. Is there a 2 or 1 next to Carson's name? Let me see.
Well, I believe 1.
Yeah, so just 1 for Patrick Carson. Kid's a stud, man. I had a good. It was kind of cool. I've never really talked to him, you know. So before the game, I was there dropping off bases, dropping off equipment, and I was having a talk with him and a householder, their co-manager. Alec wasn't there this week, so got to know him a little bit. Didn't know that he used to play on a team that was in our league called the Bombers. Yeah. So he's been around a long time, and he fits in perfectly with that squad. And he's, he's kind of like Sebastian. He's stoic. The guy's just. He's super mellow, super nice, and he goes out there and gets the job done. He's just a baseball player, you know what I mean? He does the talking with his bat, and he's gonna beat you if you let him. That's for sure. Great player.
Well, the Indians had 8 errors. That probably does
really hard to win like that. So yeah, it's just a rough game for them all the way around. So Chris was sleeping in the dugout when I got there.
He got a long weekend.
He only got like an hour's sleep. Yeah. So he was sitting in his chair, starting to doze off. I don't even think he heard me. I was saying goodbye to him, and I was actually being really nice because I was exhausted. I only got a couple hours of sleep myself because we had a really busy night on Saturday at the restaurant. So I was pretty tired myself. So it was pretty funny. So I was trying to be nice for a change. So, but yeah. So 2 teams that are both going to be in the playoffs. And and you know, that matchup could go the other way the next time. It could go exactly the way it went this time. It could go lopsided the other way. They're both competitors, and you know, when they're firing on all cylinders and they have all their best players, they could beat anyone in the league. So I think that's important that the league knows this. So, but
Yeah.
what's the next game we're gonna
The
look at?
next game is Brew Crew against Washed Up. This
That was a
is
game, man. It
this
really was super fun. Like watching it on, you know, like I was watching it and it was like back and forth, and I was like, man, that you know, you guys started coming back. I thought you guys were gonna pull it off there for a second.
and this is the funny part. And actually, this morning I was reading something on Twitter that say baseball it can be very crazy and very funny because Brew Crew had 11 errors and we have 4, and they still won. Uh, I mean, I'm just happy that our bats are hitting up. You know, like I was 5 games left. Hopefully we can win a couple more so we can maybe get a chance for the players. But like I'm happy these boys are having fun. On the group chat, Hunter he mentioned like, hey, we should move Valencia more on the lineup, top of the lineup. Valencia he was one of those guys that I found, Efren Valencia, one of those guys that I found on Facebook, and he doesn't look like a baseball player. You know, he's like
You said that last time.
5'7". Yeah, 5'7". He wears glasses, and
Hey,
he
man,
was
Rafael Furcal was
he,
5'7", is one of the greatest ever.
he was like he was a steal for me. Like he great player. So I'm just happy that the bats are hitting up. And I mean, Brew Crew always. I mean, we've been playing against them for like the last 2 years, and they always
Like I
have a
said,
good
we said
team.
in the beginning, right? You know, the very first podcast, they find a way. You know, they're gonna build. You know, Pat is a baseball guy. I'm just gonna give a little shout out to Pat. I don't know if this was his first one, but I think it was. Him and his son won the championship.
Oh, nice.
You know, Pat
Okay.
was the manager, so that's really cool. I had that experience with my son. I got to do it 4 times. I got to win 4 championships with my son.
And then eventually a Sunday league.
Yeah, that too. Twice as a manager, and then twice as an assistant. You know, so it's fun, man. Like there's that memory of winning those championships with my son. I'll never forget. Like you know, and now Patrick's got to experience, and it's already. So like it's cool, and he's such a baseball guy, and he knows so much about the sport. So I was really happy to see that on his Instagram. You know that's just good stuff. And then, you know, talking about some of their players, you know, I saw Salazar having a good game. You know, no surprise there. That's their catcher. He had some big hits. I saw he was mentioned in the story. Another guy goes about his business. Great player, total gamer. Wants to throw you out if you're trying to steal on him. Protects the ball. Just does a great job. Jojo Montano.
Yeah, Joseph Montano. Yeah,
We call him JoJo. Everybody calls him JoJo. I think everyone in the league knows him. Big, tall first baseman. He's one of the only first basemen in the league that actually looks like a first baseman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a good game. I think he was 2 for 4. You know, a couple big hits. How many RBIs did he have?
I think 4 RBIs.
4 RBIs. Yeah, great game.
Yeah, he brought 4 runs.
His bat's starting to heat up. So, you know, he's putting the league on notice. He's ready to play. He's not going to be an easy out. I mean, he got a good hit off of Sebastian the last time we played. You know, he's been around baseball a long time. He played JUCO. I think he played maybe some semi-pro stuff like that. So, you know, they're putting it together right at the right time. So maybe they can make a little playoff run. You know, because that's the thing in the playoffs, everything changes.
Yeah, just start
You
from
go
zero.
down to a 9 lineup. You know, you're managing with all your best players, and when you have a baseball mind like Pat does, they're savvy and they're going to do things. You know, I'll be totally honest. No disrespect to my fall players. I think mainly it was because we had a lot of guys that couldn't make it every Sunday. But we won our first playoff game not because we were better, but because we were able to use baseball. You know, we were IQ and put it all together, and as a team we figured out a game plan and we were able to execute it that first game. You know what I mean? We only won 3 games. We barely snuck into the playoffs, in fall, and then somehow we won that game. So that's the Brew Crew right now. When it don't matter if they're the 8th seed, 7th seed, whatever. If you're playing them in the first round of the playoffs, you better be on your toes. And it could be us. We could be playing them, and I know how I want to approach it. Like, you can't give them anything because they get rolling. They could beat anyone. I mean, they have some of the better players in the league, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
they have a lot of new talent too. That's why you're saying 11 errors. That's crazy. Those guys, they're gonna, some of them are gonna get right, and then also some of them, in the playoffs, they might not see as much field action. If they got a hot bat, they might, because we do you could literally have 9 guys on defense and 9 different guys batting. Like, that's it. It's free defensive substitutions. So again, baseball IQ, Pat's gonna put it together. What about Harder, man? How's he doing?
Good.
So I haven't seen him in a while. I miss him. Mendoza wasn't there this week.
Mendoza wasn't there. He went to pick up his RB and then he went fishing.
He loves to fish.
Yeah.
He's such a good guy, man. I miss that guy. I do. I liked having you guys in that dugout that fall. It was good. You guys are all class acts.
I was
a lot
texting.
Of fun.
I was texting with Tommy earlier. So yeah. Then the next game was the Rojos against Bad Bash. Rojos got the first win.
Man,
it was 23-10.
Okay, I want to hear it.
So,
do you know what you said on the last podcast?
Uh,
you actually, they said that he said he played it for his whole team, Luis.
Oh yeah.
You know what you said?
He said that he's gonna be one of those teams that they're always gonna find.
No, you said they're gonna find a way to lose. That they were gonna lose.
Oh
that
yeah,
game.
oh yeah. He said.
Apologize.
He said no, but he's the one who said it on the group chat. He said my guys always find a way to lose. So I just literally repeat what he says. So hey, but they got the first win.
You picked them to lose.
Hey, because I'm rooting for Bad Bash. I want Bad Bash to do good.
And I met their female player after the game. Her and her husband are our team, and it's, when I got there, they actually had bases loaded. They scored some runs. They were, I think they ended up scoring 8 runs.
They scored 10.
Was it 10?
Yeah.
So it's cool, and she got a single.
Oh, nice.
I saw her. She I don't remember her name, unfortunately. I'm really bad with names sometimes. So
I know her last name is Ekman or something like that.
And they have her little daughter. Yeah. So her and her husband's little daughter, and they take turns watching the kid, and the team was watching the kid in the dugout, and that was the coolest thing. Like, obviously they haven't won a game, and they're not just losing; they're losing bad. So it's rough, and yet their dugout seemed like they just won the World Series. Like, they were so much fun, and they all had such good attitudes and a vibe. Like, I'm super stoked for their future. I can't wait to see them next year and the year after as they continue to build. Phelps is another one, the manager, that he's a baseball guy. He knows the game. He's been around the game his whole life. He's in his early 50s. And yeah, man, I mean, it was really cool to watch. I really haven't got to see much of them, but I got to see that final inning where they're scoring and the bases are loaded and they're cheering. And man, it was cool, So,
hey, but let's celebrate the small victories, So they scored 10 runs on a
sure.
I have to
absolutely. You just gotta keep. You gotta keep building. You gotta keep building. You know what I mean? I just, I was teasing with Luis. I was like, "You saw what Mario said on the podcast?" And he's like, "Heck yeah, I played it for all my team." He said we were gonna lose. So, but yeah, whatever gives you the motivation. But how many games did the Rojos lose by 1 or 2 runs? That's the crazy part. They could easily be like
4 something.
Yeah, I mean, they 5, 6 wins. They've had so many close games.
Yeah.
Who's the standout players?
The standout players was, let me see, from Bad Bash, it was Preciado, Phelps, Ekman.
You say it so much better than me.
And then from the Rojos, it was Mons, Arendas, Anthony, Jesse Manso, yeah, and then Sandoval, he scored 2. So hey, shout out to them. They got the first win.
They'll have more.
Yeah, I mean, we played in the last game of the season, so definitely looking forward to that game. So and then we got the next game. It was Irish Outlets 9-3. Uh,
Outlaws bats waking up.
yeah, and I mean Irish 3 runs. What's the record for
Outlaws
Irish?
are outlaws. I don't.
Four
Irish
four.
have. I think they're. I know they're top. I'm pretty sure they're top three offenses. They have one of the best offenses in the league, as far as run scores. But I'm going to say this: Outlaws. We've all heard it, and John's heard it. I'm sure. We tease. You know. They might as well be called the Temecula Kyles, I've heard, and stuff like that. And I think we're all guilty of that at times. You see a player dominating, and you want to say, oh, you want to give all their credit to them. But the thing about the Outlaws that impresses me so much that I don't think it's talked about enough, it's not just the pitching. Obviously, the pitching is phenomenal. Kyle's one of the best pitchers in the league for a reason. He's in the tops of strikeouts and everything else always. Their defense is solid. They don't make errors.
Yeah.
So every game on Sunday pretty much has errors. I think we have a really good defense, but we make errors. We made 2 this week. One of them didn't turn into an error because we got the out anyways. But I mean, it was actually 2 of them that were kind of silly. One of them was really funny actually. But yeah, like even teams with good defenses in this league, they still have 1 or 2 errors a game if you look at the averages probably. I've had a couple completely clean games. But the Outlaws, you just don't see it. Like every time I look at their box score, it's a 0 with errors. I'm sure they've had some. I mean, it's baseball. There's going to be some. But yeah, their defense is solid, man. They are a solid team all the way through and through. And I just want to make sure, I want to give them that credit because, it's easy for people. And it's, to be honest, it's sour grapes when people say stuff like that. And like I said, I'm guilty of it too. It's competition. And there's times where we're like, oh, where would they be without this person? And but no, man, they play solid defense. John knows baseball, has a high baseball IQ. He knows how to put a team together and use his pieces to win. That's a good victory. Irish are tough, man. They got some ballers on that team. They hit home runs up and down that lineup. They got good defense, great pitching. So that's a good gritty win. Much respect to the Outlaws. They're still coming. They're definitely one of the top contenders in the league, and they're another team they could beat any of us. You show up to play them and you're not ready, and you think you're going to walk over them, you're going to lose. Like, you have to be ready to play them with everything you have. So much respect to them. John's doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean John, he always, I mean, like you say, he has great baseball IQ, so he knows baseball, and he's doing a fantastic job with the Outlets and the way he managed that team. They're 7-2 for a reason.
For sure.
So
Who is their stars?
I mean, Kyle was the winning pitcher. Contreras stole base. Capron stole base. Kyle stole base.
How about hits?
Hits. I mean, Kyle hit. Mosa got 3 runs. Hosa got 3 runs. Pretty much that was the main guy.
Nice.
Hosa got 2 RBIs. Number 16, Leet got 2 RBIs.
How was the Irish?
The Irish, Limon got 1 hit and a run. Andel got RBI, 2 hits. I mean, they only scored 3 runs. Pitching, Morales, Carmine, number 18, and Sarbak. So those were the 3 pitchers. So I'm to be honest, I'm surprised with the record the Irish had, because it's one of those teams for me, like, they always they're in the middle, like they give us a good game. We haven't faced them this season.
As far as I know, pretty much the only teams they've lost to are the top teams. I mean, they're right there, and a lot of those games against the top teams have been tough. Like, I think they had a good game against the Sanchos. I think they had a good game against Sons of Pitches. Like I'd have to look at it, but you know, our first game, you know, you look at the score and it looks like it wasn't a good game, but it actually was. We were able to break it open in the end, like the last couple innings. But I think it was like 2-2 going into the third or fourth, and then we tacked on a couple runs and it stayed, you know, a 2-run game pretty much till the end. So I mean, you know, they're feisty, and that's another one. You know, people need to look at top nine, because once you go into the playoffs, you're playing their top nine and everything changes. I mean, it's
Yeah.
different when you're, you know, I've had pretty much 15 players every week. So um, take nothing for granted. That's it. You know, we're heating up, we're getting closer and closer. And I say that to all the managers, take nothing for granted. Make sure you're on it, because I think we're going to have a really good playoffs this year. So anytime you walk into a game thinking you're going to win, that's a problem. You know, I take the mindset of, yes, I think we're going to win, but I also cautious. Like, you know, I'm not going to tell my players, oh, we're going to walk over these guys. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
that's never going to happen. So
Always stay humble, you know.
yeah, you have to, because this game will humble you.
Yeah, big time. So then we got this. I really want to talk about this game because me and Chris we say something that last podcast. Sano pitches against Sancho's. To be honest, I thought Sancho's they were not gonna lose back to back, and they did. But shout out to the SOP. You know, they 9-0. You know, was one of those. There's like there's only two teams undefeated. SOP is one of them, and hey, they playing beautiful. You know, they playing beautiful baseball,
And when I talk about that humble spirit, Daniel personifies that, because, you know, let's be honest. You beat a team that's only lost one game, and you want to be, you know, and they won pretty handily. It wasn't that close of a game, and you want to be, um, you know, hey, we won, blah blah blah, you know. But he was, oh, you know, they had some errors, and you know, they didn't play their best game. You know, he gave them all this credit, and that just says something about who he is as a person. He didn't, you know, come out and say, oh yeah, we stomped them, we're the best, this and that. No, he stayed humble, and I think his team approaches it that way too. um it's funny though, because they can talk trash with the best of them, but in a fun way. Like I love messing around with Coleman. He's funny. I haven't got to see him a whole bunch this season, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, they're fun, but they're humble and they're good people. And you know, I can't say enough about Daniel and what he's done with that team. I mean, the first year back, because I guess they were in the league a long time ago, and then they kind of broke up and went through some changes. And their first league back, I think they might have made the playoffs, but they were definitely a run of the mill team that year. They weren't going to do much. The next year was last year. They were one of the best teams in the league, and now this year, I mean, they're number one seed for a reason, right? You know, they've given up 20 runs against. We've given up 20 runs against, or 21 runs against. But they've scored 132 runs, and I think we're like 112. So, you know, their offense and defense putting it together. They're pitching. Elhart, MVP candidate for sure, with his bat and his pitching, obviously. Coleman, one of the tops in all the hitting. Isaiah is one of the best shortstops in the league.
yeah,
I mean, that
Vivanco
kid is just
Hitler
that
is
kid is
beautiful.
sick. This happens in Sunday leagues too. And again, like, takes nothing away from anybody. Obviously, I just sang the praises of Sons of Pitches, and I think no matter who they're playing, they could beat them if they're at their best, for sure. There's no doubt about that. But Sancho's were missing some key pieces, you know, and I say that more just so, because Richard deserves his props too. You know what I mean? He's put a really good squad together, and he would never use that as an excuse. I'm the one, you know, when I was talking to him about the game, I'm the one that noticed it. I said, hey, I noticed this guy was out and that guy was out. What happened? He's, you know, a couple key injuries, little nagging things, stuff like that, and you know, and then they made errors, and they don't make errors. You know, that they, you know, when we played them, you know, especially Damien at shortstop, man, that guy's a vacuum up there.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that gets near him, he's going to make that play. So it's like, you know, they weren't at their best. And, you know, like you said, yeah, they lost 2 in a row, but they also lost 2 in a row against the 2 top teams. It's not like It's not like they're falling from grace. So, and I know they're going to bounce back. I don't know who they play when we come back from break, but I know they're going to be ready and they're going to be ready to roll. So I don't foresee them staying where they're at. I think they're going to continue to challenge and move up, and by the end of the season, they could easily be the number one seed again. You know what I mean? It could happen.
Yep. So, Bashers Bubblegum Bandits 13-0.
Gorzo, man. I mean, I was joking before the game. It's like I was saying, like, man, I feel like when the Dodgers had Kershaw and Greinke, and they had that season where Greinke had one of the lowest ERAs since the live ball era. I mean, that guy, he had like a 1.52 ERA or something for the season. And then Kershaw's Kershaw. That was when he was in his prime and just mowing everybody down. And obviously, this is Sunday League. It's not MLB, but for the Sunday League equivalency, that's what I feel like. I mean, Sebastian was out this week. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching the Bubblegum. I know what they are. I know they could hit. I know they could pitch, and I've seen what they. I mean, he leads the league in strikeouts. I mean, so Cavanaugh, and he's an MVP candidate. He could hit. So I was nervous, like I was, like because I was missing Sebastian, I was missing Alex, so two of my best pitchers are out. Gorzo might be the guy. It's him and Sebastian. When you look at all their stats, they're so close. And then you bring in Alex, he's actually got a higher ERA than Sebastian right now. But Gorzo has a 0.00 ERA. He's given up no earned runs. And the only time he's given up any runs was against you guys when we had 2 errors that cost us 2 runs. But as far as himself, I mean, he had 13 strikeouts. Almost everything hit was little infield grounders to second base. And I think he actually made like 4 or 5 plays off the mound, which he does all the time too. Like his ability to get off the mound, he's a big dude too. He's like a linebacker. He is, man. And he's fast. He's athletic. He stole 3 bases too. I think he scored 2 or 3 runs. I mean, I don't want to only talk about one player because my team did a really good job all the way around. But that was one of the most impressive performances I've seen. I think the last one was last season. Sebastian had a 19 strikeout game, a couple RBIs as well, a couple stolen bases. And that's what it reminded me of. I mean, those guys are just gamers, man. And I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed because Gorzo didn't have a team going into the season. And I got that call like 2 or 3 weeks before the season that he wants to play with us. And I was like, no way. It's like a kid on Christmas, man. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to unwrap this present in the first game. Like just watching those guys go about their business, just been a blessing, man. Like I'm having so much fun. Riley Kujawa came back and immediately makes his presence known. Just 2 shots. We thought there was a chance of going out, but they were both like doubles off the wall. He had 3 RBIs. Dylan had a great opposite field hit. He waited, let the ball travel, and just drove it the other way. Drove in 2 runs. It was really funny too because like his season hasn't been as good as it was last year, so he's been a little like this, with his so when he gets back in the dugout, he's like, that was a hit, right? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, that wasn't an error or anything? I'm like, error? Like, did you not even watch it? He's like, well, no, I saw it. I just didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, dude. It's like he doesn't want to believe it. You know what I mean? Because it's been a little bit of a rougher season for him. But yeah, his bat's starting to heat up. And, obviously he steals bases without even trying. But yeah, it was good. And then Bubblegum, man, they're cool. I like those kids. I really do. Like, they mess with each other probably more than like the Irish have a reputation for teasing each other and they're really funny and I laugh. These guys are right there with them, man. I was cracking up. Like the one in between innings, and it was funny because my team was like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "They're teasing each other." Like because my team thought they were literally fighting, and he was like telling them, "You need to do this and you need to do that." It was the 23. There's 2 Kavanaughs. One is 23 and plays shortstop, and the other is 00, and that's the pitcher that has all the strikeouts. And so 23 was talking to one of them. He's teasing him like, rah, rah, and they just had fun. I mean, they're losing They were down 8-0 in the first inning, and yet they were still out there having fun. And they do get chippy with each other too. There was that, but it was like all in good fun. Nicole, very nice lady. It was cool. It was an honor. Our first female manager, so that was really cool. I mean, it was a great Sunday all the way around. You know, she's out there with her boys. So, yeah, man, a great game. Those Kavanaughs, they could play ball. Corzo had a perfect game. I want to say it was the 5th inning when they finally got a hit. They only ended up with one, and it was a hit. Like, it wasn't like a bloop or anything like that, which that's usually how perfect games get blown up, is like a bloop or something, you know, like an infield single where the ball just drizzles down the line. But no, it was a rip, dude, down the first base line, and it was a double. I think it was number 23. I think it was the other brother, not the pitcher. But, you know, they're a good team. They got some great players. You know, they're going to keep adding pieces and keep getting better. You know, coming into this league and putting up the numbers that they have and doing what they have and beating some of the teams that they have is very impressive. There's only one other team that's come from another league and done that, and that was the Baby Boys. Most of the other teams that come to this league takes a little while to get acclimated to the talent, but they've done it right off the back. I mean, they're 2 to 3 pieces away from being one of the top contenders in the league, and they have an ace. I mean, having an ace does everything for you. So, and they steal bases, they play defense. I mean, they're a good team. So, much respect to them, and welcome to the league. Happy to have you. It was nice to finally get to meet you and play you. So
next week we have Memorial Day weekend. Well, this week we have Memorial Day weekend. What are you gonna do on Sunday?
I haven't decided yet. So my truck's been acting up, and I've been wanting to get a new car. I'm tired of paying gas. So I've been looking at a lot of electric cars.
Oh,
So I might have to spend my Sunday going and buying a new car. I've been going back and forth with a couple of dealers about certain models and what year I want. I'm hoping I could do like the delivery thing, but I don't want to do Carvana or any of those. I want to do it like a little bit the old-fashioned way because I know people. So that way, I like doing a little bit of face-to-face. But most dealers now are doing that where they'll deliver the car. So I'm hoping to do that so I could go spend the Sunday and Monday with my grandnieces and nephews out there in Newport. Our grandniece and then two boys. They're good for my soul, man. There's things that recharge my batteries more than anything else is my boys. Obviously, I think everybody knows that about me. I love my boys more than anything in the world. So proud of both of them, and they're just great kids. And then, my nephews who I grew up with, we joke that it's like I'm their uncle and their brother, because we're just so tight, and we've all watched each other grow up together. They grew up they're almost like uncles to my kids more than cousins, like it's been a beautiful relationship. So hopefully I could get down there and spend some time with them on Sunday. If not, if I have to go, I might have to go down to San Diego, or I'm working with a local dealership too. Shout out to Temecula Hyundai and Pedro, and his last name is Bailey. I can't remember his first name right now. He's a sales guy, but yeah, they're good people, and they've been trying to help me through this process, which is never a fun process, but they're making it really cool and really easy. So shout out to them. So hopefully I could just go there. I don't want to drive to San Diego. So, but yeah, so hopefully that's over and I could just go have some fun. But duty calls sometimes too. So what are you gonna do?
Taking my son to his first baseball game. We're gonna go down to Petco. His kids day at Petco, so I'm gonna take
nice.
the kids. Gonna take the whole family. Probably Saturday. I was thinking on going camping, and then
Is he gonna wear the Dodgers jersey about him?
he's never gonna wear a Dodgers jersey. He's never gonna wear a Dodgers jersey.
What did I buy you though? To be honest, for the baby shower, what did I get you?
Padres. It was Padres glove and a Padres jersey.
That's right.
He got his first jersey.
I respect that, man. Like my oldest is an Angels fan, and it wasn't hard on me because I'm not a big, like, I know some people consider that a rivalry, but I never have. Like, I got nothing against the Angels. Obviously when fans talk trash to me, I'm going to talk it back. I don't care. You know that about me. But yeah, dude, luckily Jason was a Dodger fan and he's a Rams fan like me. Dylan likes most of those Orange County teams, but it's kind of fun too, because we respect each other's teams and we talk very calmly and fun about it. But then sometimes it's more hockey. Like I'm a Kings fan, he's a Ducks fan, so we kind of go at it with that. But yeah, dude, it's cool watching your kid wear your jersey. So, are any of your daughters take after their mom? I know the two youngest wear the Padres
No,
stuff. They all wear Padres.
they all become Padres.
All right. So
Uh,
Liz is my favorite.
yeah,
Liz is my
not.
favorite officially in your house.
She's not too far away from being a Padre fan.
It ain't happening.
No,
I'm not gonna let it.
but I mean,
I'm gonna buy her a bunch of Dodger gear for Christmas.
for me, I mean, I love the game. Padres,
I'm glad you got to go last night.
Padres,
And it was
Padres mean more than
Michael King killed it.
it was a great pitching game, man.
It was just a battle.
Regardless of who would take it was a great pitching game, man. My brother's moving to Washington for law school, so it was a great time spending with him before he's leaving next month. So
your brother is infectious. What I mean, like, you know what that means? Like, he's just. I've only met him a couple times at your wedding, and then at your baby shower, and he's got that big smile, and he's so warm and welcoming. So like, and I know because I got 4 older brothers, and I could watch the way you guys are with each other, how much you guys love each other and respect each other. So like, I'm really proud of him, and I'm really happy for you that you got to go experience his graduation with him. Good for him.
Yeah,
man.
he followed my mom's steps, San Diego State, and how I told my daughters, "Oh, you 4 going." My 3 daughters and my boy, you all 4 going to San Diego State. They had no other option.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And hey, man, maybe they're all gonna get.
Yeah,
they get those softball scholarships.
Hopefully.
I've known a couple softball players over. One of them was actually gonna play with the Bachelors years ago.
Oh, nice.
But then she got a transfer to another, like, even bigger D1 school, like one of the ones in the South. I don't know if it was Oklahoma, but like one of the big schools for softball. So, I mean. That's pretty crazy. You have one D1 scholarship, and then you get another one that you think is even better. I mean,
yeah,
that's a good player right there. But it's a good problem to have. I'm picking between really good and the best. Like, not many people get to do that.
So we have 5 games left.
We didn't finish all the games, did we?
Oh,
did we finish all the games?
Yeah, we finished all the game. Your game was the last one.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So for the Sunday, May 31st. Washington play Bad Bash, Bashers play the Outlets, Sancho's play Bubblegum Bandits, SOP play the Baby Boys. That's gonna be a great game. Rojos play the Irish, another great game. And I'm very curious about this one. Menifee Indians against Brook Crew. That's gonna be a nice one. That's gonna be a nice game. So
I think I know what the game of the week will be. As far as that's the thing, is everybody's always like, oh, this was the game of the week. That was the game. The game of the week is a predetermined thing. That's what people need to know. So sometimes it doesn't always end up being the game of the week as far as like being a close, good game. But the game of the week is determined beforehand. So like Sancho's and Sons of Pitches, because of their records, they were the game of the week this week. When we played the Sancho's, we were both undefeated. That was the game of the week that week. And that's how it works, like. And it's the same thing with the MLB. It's the same thing with the NFL. They're going to promote those matchups that are supposed to be explosive. Yeah. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be like the closest, tightest game. Because like we'll get that sometimes after the weekend. People be like, that game wasn't even good. I'm like, yeah, I know, but we released it on Thursday. Like we're not like we can't predict what's going to happen on Sunday. And when we played the Sanchos, it was a close, great game. When we played, which after Memorial Day we play the Outlaws, right?
Yes.
Probably going to be the game of the week again. One playing 4. John mentioned on the podcast that he wanted another crack at us. So, we like playing them. We want to beat them. It's becoming a little bit of a rivalry, and I know, but it's a good rivalry. They're great competitors. I respect them and everything about them, and I think they respect us. So. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, man. I can't wait to see it. I mean, it seems like Kyle, every time he plays us, man, he brings out his best. I mean, every time I faced him, he's just on fire. Like playoffs, he beat us 1-0, and it was a solo home run. So he pitched every inning, struck out like 16 batters, and he hit a solo home run to beat us 1-0. And then last game, he was trying to do that again. It was 1-0 going into, I believe, the 8th inning, and then Sebastian got his revenge so, and laced a double and drove in 2 runs, so we were able to win that game. But again, like that guy was just amazing that game. He literally had like 3 or 4 bad pitches, and we were able to capitalize on it. That doesn't usually happen. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be fun, man. I look forward to it. It's gonna be a great competition.
Yeah, going back to the thing that you said about games of the week. Um, I mean, if we go by the scores, I mean, I would say, uh, Washed Up and Brew Crew kind of was like
That was a game of the week for
that
sure.
that was
You
the
guys,
closest
you
game.
guys went to a baseball game and a football score broke out, 18-15.
Yeah,
That's not a baseball score.
so I mean, it was kind of like the closest score on Sunday, but yeah,
Yeah, I
5
would say that
games.
was that was for sure the best game. So
5 games left. A few teams are on the playoff hunt. Um, Definitely can't wait for those playoff games. They're always fun to see. Or I mean, I had the chance to play a game with you, so it's good. It get intense.
I'll play you again in the next couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, we play against each other on June 14. June 14. Yeah. It's always good. But yeah, I hope you all have a good Memorial Day weekend. This is one of my favorite weekends of the year.
I know
Not because
you can do some barbecue when you get home.
yeah, probably barbecue, probably do something. I mean, I love spending time with the family, so I'm sure. But shout out to all the
We gotta get serious for a moment.
yeah, shout out to all the armed forces. Thank you for. I mean, I don't want to get into too much, but like, hey, thank you for all you for whatever you get for everything you guys do.
Correct. My dad went to Vietnam, and we're the lucky ones, right? My dad came home.
Yeah.
And he raised 5 boys, so we're blessed. But a lot of his friends over there didn't come home. A lot of people from his neighborhood didn't come home, and it's just that sacrifice, like these guys went through it. I mean, World War II, we went in there and took out an evil that was trying to mess with the world. Like they gave everything they have to try to protect people and to protect the world. So yeah, I mean, always Memorial Day. It's we have to remember that day is allowing us to go to the game, allowing us to do our barbecues, allowing us to go buy a new car if I have to. Maybe I'll get a Memorial Day sale. None of that would be possible without the sacrifices of our service members. I mean, they protect our country, and you go all the way. I mean, it's funny because nobody ever talks about it. I mean, you go all the way back to the beginning, right? They gave us our freedom.
Yeah.
We could all still be. We might not even have baseball if it wasn't for our service members in the Revolutionary War. We might all just be playing soccer.
Yeah, exactly. So.
No disrespect to soccer. I love soccer, but baseball is the number one. So, and it's our sport.
Yeah, and that's our sport.
Team USA. You're gonna see all the cool Memorial Day uniforms too.
Yeah.
All the teams with their cool camouflage uniforms and stuff like that. American uniforms. Everyone changes it up. So we'll see a lot of cool uniforms out there this weekend. MLB always honors it.
All that new hats and everything.
For sure. There's again something serious. Got to talk about David Goodman, umpire. Everybody knows him, loves him. He's definitely part of our family. We got a lot of good umpires, but when it comes to like the relationship with the league, Dave is family and has made it that way. We didn't have to make it that way. David did. He talks to all the players. He gets to know all the players. Like, he's been doing it so long that when he calls almost all of us by our first names, like not just the managers, but a lot of the players too. I mean, him and Dylan are always talking to each other. He always tells me how much he loves Dylan and what a good kid he is. I mean, Dave's just a great guy. And unfortunately, right now he's in the hospital. I don't want to get too personal. It's his business. but he's doing well. He's going to be okay. And he says he gives all his glory to God, and he's really appreciative of all the managers reaching out to him. I've had a couple conversations with him since finding out. I'll probably text him today after this and see how he's doing, just check on him. He'll probably be out of the hospital in a couple weeks. He's probably going to be out for the season, but he said hopefully he can make the championship game just as a spectator. I've been filling him in on the scores, which has been really big for him. He's been really excited to see all that, because if you're sitting in a hospital bed, that's not where any of us want to be, right? And that says little joys in his life that he gets to see. He gets to see these things happening, so that's cool. I'm happy for him and all that he does.
Sending praise.
I say I'm happy for him. I'm not happy for him that he's in the hospital. I'm happy for him that he has his recovery, though, because that would be devastating to the league. We lost an umpire in fall, and it was devastating to the league, and we helped out. We had a moment of silence for him, and that guy was part of the baseball community as a whole. But David is a Sunday league umpire and played Sunday league for years back in the day. So he's been in the area involved with any sort of Sunday league baseball since the 90s. So, I mean, in some ways he's kind of like an iconic mascot for the league. You want to go over league awards? The races? I have it in front of me. So we have our favorites for the Golden Bat Award heating up. I got Clayton Collins from the Bashers, Rafael Paceno from the Sanchos. I know this one's going to shock everybody, but Patrick Carson from the Baby Boys. What a shock, right? That's so surprising. I think he had a 750 average in fall. Damian Sanchez, that guy could just flat out play baseball. Great kid. And then Xander Amaro from the Bashers. So I got 2. Baby Boys got 1, and Sancho's got 2. So that's where we're at right now. We have a lot of guys that are going to be right there underneath them that could climb into this award, and we'll see how it shakes out. I mean, definitely Patrick did his part to keep climbing this weekend.
Yeah.
Golden Arm Award. There's no surprises here. Lucas Ellert, I think is the proper way to say, from Sons of Pitches. He's got 60 Ks, 1.23 ERA, so no surprise there. Charles Gorzo, I've talked about, obviously, what he means to my team in the league. He's got 20 innings pitched. He only has 2 wins because he's mainly a reliever. He usually comes in after Sebastian. He likes to pitch 3 to 4 innings, but I've started him twice in both games. He had complete games, and I think one game was a 2-hitter and one game was a 1-hitter. He has 28 Ks. That was before this weekend. So I think he's up, 41 Ks now. So, yeah, he's a stud. Kyle Kringen, again, just like Patrick and the other, right? Shocker. So 36 innings pitched, 3 wins. He has 70 Ks, got a 2.29 ERA. Hard to hit. Sebastian, again, no surprise, 26 innings, 3 wins, 37 Ks. Every game he's started, he's won, but he's missed some games, spending times with families, and he's going to be ready for the playoffs. 1.05 ERA. And then Marcus Kavanaugh, man. Bubblegum Bandits, new team, right? Who's this kid? 42 innings pitched. He has 75 Ks. So he's bringing it, right? ERA is a little high, but there's, he had 8 strikeouts against us, So wow. It looked like a bad game because he had a lot of walks, but he only gave up 5 hits. Or I think it was actually he gave up 3 hits, and then he had 8 strikeouts. So, yeah, great player. So then the MVPs, right now I think Kyle Kringen is probably the favorite because he's doing it on both sides.
Eating and pitching too.
Ellert, again, both sides. He's got a 444 batting average to go with his pitching. Clayton Collins, it's cool to see that. You know, crazy 1998 OPS, or 1.998. Couple home runs, 17 RBIs. I think he's tied for the league lead in hits. Rafael Paisano, you know, that's cool for Richard. I know he's so proud of Rafa and he loves watching him play. And this is the best version of Rafa I've seen. You know, he's playing out of his mind this year. And then again, Marcus Cavanaugh. You know, look at that. He's an MVP award because he could hit too. He's got a 522 average. Oh, wow. So yeah, so he could definitely sneak in there and steal the MVP. So, but yeah, those are the guys right now. So it's been fun.
It's been fun. We hope you all enjoyed this episode.
We forgot one thing.
Sponsors?
A couple of them. So definitely the Cove, Murrieta Hot Springs, and Hancock. They have a lot of events. Check the Instagram. They will also give the league, and I want to clarify this because we've said it wrong a couple times. It's not 10% off. It's a 10% bounce back. So if you go in there after the game, you shoot some pool, maybe throw some darts, have a couple drinks, eat some food, 10% of your check will go back to the league. They'll donate it directly to the league. What people need to understand with the sponsors that I don't think they do is this is going to make our fees cheaper. And if we keep getting sponsors at some point, we're going to be playing baseball, maybe even for free, and giving to charity with donations instead of having to pay all these league fees and stuff like that. But it also is going to free us up as individuals and players to donate directly to the league, knowing that it's going to go to these programs. So if you're somebody that's really into the charity part of what we do, this is going to help us. So support your sponsors, go in, check them out. So the Cove, they have live music on Saturdays starting after 8:30. They show UFC fights, so go and check them out. And then, I mean, we don't talk about you enough, I think. Rancho California Barbershop, small business owner right here, great guy. Come and get your haircut. You know, magic happens in these chairs. You know, we have great conversations. We talk about our lives. You know, I've always said two of the best therapists in the world in my life have been bartenders and barbers. You know, so even now that I only drink like soda water and cranberry, I still like sitting and having a conversation with a bartender.
And have a beer. So.
Correct. Yeah, you can have a beer with him while you cut your hair. So, much love to you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Love you.
Love you too.
Glad to be here with you. So look forward to it. We'll see you next week.